Hello, hello, hello. Today we're going to be covering the WaterLine calamity, which is currently going on in WoW. So, yeah, if you guys don't know, World of Warships put out a WaterLine video about the future of the game, and a lot of CCs and players are not very happy with what we saw and heard in this video. But today we're not going to be watching the video because it was 1 hour of learning pretty much nothing. So we're just going to be looking over the text here, which are a lot more easier. So we're going to be focusing on at first the classified documents they plan on adding, the experimental ships, and the changes to aircraft carriers and anti-air. So let's talk about the first that's going to be starting is the classified documents. This is probably one of the biggest things that people are upset about as of right now. So if you guys remember the classified documents that were first introduced in the D-Day operations, they are essentially in 14.2. They were going to be adding this to randoms, operations with flagships, and clan battles. So they're adding in this classified documents to randoms, operations with flagships, and clan battles. And supposedly the reason why is they wanted to spice up the game for players to have a little bit more spice in their game. Supposedly we don't have enough spice, so they wanted to add more to it. So you may ask, what is the big deal about these? Why is this so bad? Well, you can do 3 slots that are available in randoms. You get one for operation with flagships and clan battles. Pretty much ones that are available are like doing more damage to a certain target, or doing more damage to battleships or cruisers or destroyers, right? And this is for the flagship mode, okay? Now, I want you to take a quick look at this here on the screen. It shows randoms. Guess what you get to do at the start of the game? You get to select 3 targets that you get to do more damage to, or whatever else is on the document card. This is equipped at the start of the battle. You know how we already have a problem in WoWs where people will focus, certain clans or certain players or certain content creators or anything of that nature. Yeah, well, imagine giving that tool to even more effect to where you can actually just straight up do more damage to those particular targets. So we already had an issue of that, and now this just makes it even worse. And this is coming in March of this year in patch 14.2. So, yeah, it's not going to be a fun time. A lot of people are very upset about this, and I'm not surprised at all. It's not going to be fun at all. I also don't like the fact it's being added to clan battles. A lot of people in the clan battle scene are not very happy with the fact that they're adding in this classified documents to clan battles. This is only equipped in port. It is not like done in the beginning of the battle, so you have to go in and kind of like before the battle starts, like import to equipped 2 for your team whenever you go in with clan battles. Operations with flagships, that's great. I think that this is awesome for operations and things like that, but this kind of document has no place being a test bed in randoms and clan battles. It should not be there at all. The fact that they're putting it in there just adds even more complexity to the game that's unneeded. It makes it where targeting can happen a lot easier. And during the whole video, it was just the dumbest thing the whole time. They were so contradictory in that video where like they say, oh, well, we want to make the game simpler for new players. But at the same time, let's just add in this. Just add in these documents for new players. Yeah, let's just do that. Or we can add in new ships that are going to be put into the random battles. And these ships don't even stay permanent. It's test bedded. So these ships are only available for a short time. They'll be available until the end of patch 14.6. And with the release of 14.7, they'll be released from players' accounts. They can participate in all battle types and receive balance changes, which means that they can be used in clan battles, randoms, brawls, you name it. These ships can be used in there. And it's like, I don't understand why they're adding these ships. And oh yeah, of course, they're, pay. You can get them for money, of course. Just throw in a mass amount of money, you can get these test bed ships, of course. It's like paying to be a super tester at that point, so, fun stuff. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. It adds so much complexity to the regular game. It's almost overwhelming for any player at this point for what that is. And off of that, we go to the the aircraft carrier and anti-air changes. They're sticking with the travel, attack, and recon. And the goal is to improve the player experience, as the first iteration wasn't intuitive enough. So recon mode allows you to descend and spot enemies. It's going to be simpler and more immersive. Defensive AA no longer prevents planes from spotting, which was a nice bonus they did. Change made after player feedback showed the mechanic was too complicated. It wasn't too complicated. It was just like, I don't know. The CV could avoid it really easily. Priority sector would now cover 360 degrees on the ship and buff anti-air. I really don't understand why this is even a thing. Having it on one side or the other is kind of cool. So, like, I don't know. I don't know why they do that, but okay, cool. It's nice. The new anti-air consumable is in the works with details revealed later. All right, cool. It will be clear which planes are dangerous and which are not. Okay. I don't know why they need to tell us that when all planes are kind of dangerous. I don't know, dude. Speedometer will return. Okay, cool. Aircraft carriers will be able to use their secondaries as main guns when not controlling the aircraft, and fighters and patrols will no longer be able to spot ships. This part right here, amazing. We've been asking for this for a very long time. Fighters and patrols no longer be able to spot ships. That is very, very nice. It's been something we've been asking for years, so I'm glad that they're finally listening on that. But there is something that I do not like that's mentioned right here and also in the video. Additionally, some commander skills for aircraft carriers will be reworked. We're also considering a mechanic that provides a small chance to dodge anti-air fire, allowing you to deal some damage even against strong defensive. Anti-air bubbles will also receive improvements. So they're literally going to be making it where CVs have a chance to literally just take no damage at all, even if you're in a giant cluster. And during the video, they're like, oh, this has such a small chance, such a small, insignificant chance. You're not going to notice it. But it's like, then why even add it? It's like they tell the player base, oh, well, you guys need to combine your anti-air. You need to combine it to be able to deal with CVs. And then they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, CVs can also just ignore the anti-air that we're telling you to combine. It doesn't make any sense. Like, this whole video, dude, the whole time, it's just contradictory each other. They would say one thing and then counter it with something else. They just went back and forth on the whole video. And there's been major backlash to the point where Wargaming actually made a statement, which I will be saying later on in the video. It's just absolutely insane, the backlash that they're getting. It's got to the point where people are actually downloading and playing, including me, the Lesta WoSs, the Russian server, the World of Ships. People are actually downloading it and playing it. So when people are fed up and annoyed, when they're legit downloading the Russian WoWs. People are very annoyed with what WoWs is doing, and it's definitely showing in people's actions in that regard. This video did not help the security or feel any security with the future of this game, and it put a lot of content creators at very much unease with the future of this game, with what they were talking about and their future plans. It just, I don't know. The security of the game did not feel secure with this video at all and what they were talking about. It was very, very, very upsetting. Like, I didn't even watch it because I heard too much stuff about it. And I was able to, like, see snippets here and there. Some things that they are adding that is nice. They are going to be adding a new Destroyer tech tree line. The Boros, the tier 10s, it's nice. So they are having one tech tree line at least this year. They are adding operations with flagships, which is really nice. They are as well having convoy operations. I think that is fantastic for the PvE community. So something positive from this video, the WaterLine. That's really nice to have for the PvE's players. The respawn event will be an event coming in 14.3. Where you can respawn after your ship is sunk. A timer will appear, and once it hits 0, your ship will appear on the map. So this will be like a special event, special game mode for respawn. So this will be like a fun event, as long as its own mode and not randoms. This will be great. So this will be fun to see and play. So I'm looking forward to this. They are adding mastery badges and marks of excellence. So if you ever played World of Tanks, you'll be definitely aware what this is. This is great for people that like to leaderboard, or like John the Ruthless, or any of the top players like that love leaderboarding and having mastery badges or marks of excellence that show up on their ships. This will definitely be a really nice thing for the more competitive players in that regard. So they'll definitely really enjoy that. Everything else at this point, customization, event pass, historical content, they're adding in more historical content, which is always really nice. Collaborations, who cares? What else is there? In the future plans, they talk about considering operations for low tiers for tutorials. That's always really nice. Have tutorials for new players. Low tier ships will receive quality of balance changes as well. Really nice with that as well. And they'll be experimenting with brawls and such for that. But overall, this WaterLine video has sparked a migration in the sense of the player base. I've been seeing players in droves downloading the Lesta game, playing over there. I will also be having a video covering how to download the Lesta WoW and how to install the English mod, because you have to install an English mod to play it unless you speak Russian. So you do have to do that as well to be able to play it, or you're just going to have to learn Russian at that point to be able to play it. But it's absolutely insane. These kind of videos are meant to spark excitement or security in the community for the future of the game. And all this video did, and all that we're reading in here, shows overly complicated mechanics that the community does not want. All this random stuff that's just going in and out of the game, used as a test bed for things, which it just adding into the random environment where it's supposed to be like the normal is just not okay. I personally, if this goes into the patch of 14.2, I will be playing way less WoWs during this, because I do not want to deal with being sniped or focused down because of my stats or because I'm streaming. I don't want to deal with that. And I know a lot of Unicum players or higher skill players do not want to deal with that either. So they probably will be playing less or playing in different modes that are not randoms during that. Operation with flagships. This is amazing for it. I think this is awesome. Having these kind of things in operations is going to be a lot of fun for sure. Clan battles. SAT, what do you think about that in clan battles, the D-Day stuff? Am I being a little bit too harsh about it being in clan battles?
No, we're gonna hate it.
All right, well, there you go. Also from somebody else that plays a lot of clan battles, he also was like, he's like, we're gonna hate it. So I haven't heard anything positive about this at all. Us CCs talk about to wargaming a lot about the fact that people target, and this just looks like they just literally are just giving us the middle finger. Our feedback is just going right out the window. Like, why would they add something that makes it where it's way easier to get focused? It's way easier to be targeted. You can be targeted for your stats. You can be targeted for literally anything. They don't like you. Like, I recognize that guy. Let's focus him. I don't get it. And most of the WoWs community doesn't get it either. Also, this is also just this is the breaking point for a lot of people with this. This WaterLine really broke a lot of people. There was also something else that was going on as well. I'll just show you guys real quick. Port. So, what else is recent that people are also very upset about? The Wishing Wharf event. So, the Wishing Wharf event this year, as you know, has been a very plethora of gacha and just pure outright bullcrap. For the veteran players, they had no benefit from this at all. In the new players, it was actually better if you were new going into this, because the thing is what happened was, if you rolled on a ship that you already had, you just got points for it. Instead of getting another ship, you just got some points. And it's just like, you don't even get, like you roll a ship, you don't get another one. You just have to keep rolling over and over and over. So for the ship collectors, some of them had to spend $500 to get the Incheon because they wanted the Incheon really bad. They'd have to spend $500 for a ship. $500. And something else, which is even more insane, I want you guys to take a look at this. I'm going to pull it up on the stream. Not the stream, the VOD. So, on the top left, I want you guys to read this with me. So, this was their announcement about the WaterLine video. So they said, thank you for sharing your feedback on the WaterLine video. We are carefully reviewing your concerns about both upcoming content and the overall direction of the game. We will be addressing your questions about future updates soon. We also recognize the concern surrounding recent monetization events. As a first step, the Wishing Worth event will no longer take place in 14.2. Instead, the Valparaiso and the Monmouth will be distributed through a different method, with details being shared closer to release. We appreciate your time and patience in discussing these topics. Now, some of you may see this and be like, oh, wow, they actually listened about the monetization. I want you guys to also think about the fact that they already have, like, they've been doing this months in a row now. They had the Santa event, they had the Black Friday event for months and months in a row. The monetization has been insane. Insanely high. The most we've ever seen in WoWs. So we just had this Wishing Wharf. They were gonna do a fucking another one with the Monmouth and the Valparaiso. They were going to do another one a month after. That is insane. It's crazy. They were going to do another one. Like, oh my God. I don't understand what was going through their mind when it's like, oh yeah, let's just, you know, do that again. Let's just do this again. Now, they did take it back, and they're not going to. And they're going to release the Valparaiso and the Monmouth in a different way. We don't know what that is. It could still be money. It could be something else. We have no idea. They're not going to tell us until it's closer. But this WaterLine video, the over monetization, it's all these gimmicks, over complex systems in the game. It's overly destroying the game and the player base. And it's just not okay. And the community has had enough, and they're starting to migrate to the Lesta game because of it. Now, hopefully, Wargaming gets their foot out of their own ass and start actually listening to us and our feedback. But that thing, this is just a panic response because of how much community lashback there is and the fact that people are leaving the servers. That is a panic response. They are panicking, which is good. We need them to be like, look, we're tired of your bullshit. We have been trying to give you guys feedback for years. You guys have barely listened to us on things, and we're tired of it. And I love the game. I love this game, and I love ships. I love playing it. I love the community I have. But I cannot keep playing WoWs in this state. So I'll be playing a lot more on the Lesta server until the
game state improves.
Yeah, until the game state improves.
Right now it's horrible.
It's horrible, and it makes me really sad because it's the devs and it's not Boggsy. I'm not going to bother Boggsy. People are like, why aren't you bothering Boggsy? Why aren't you messaging him? It's like, I already know Boggsy is dealing with so much shit, and it's not the CM's fault at all for this, and it's the devs. Because Boggsy tries his best to give feedback from us CCs to them. He tries his best. But there's only so much he can do. He can only do so much in his job. And I feel so bad for him, and I feel so bad for Killer Bin, because they're going to receive so much backlash from all of this. All the CMs are, and it's not their fault, it's the devs. They haven't been listening to us for years, and this is a breaking point. And
well, I would say, I mean, it's not an individual fault, but I don't know if how much the devs have input on this marketing, because I'm pretty sure the devs that we regularly talk to, they're more about like designing ships and stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes to monetization, that's probably a different department and likely approved by higher up people. And in that case, they kind of overrule whatever the devs want, which is
that's also true.
You see the result.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's the video on the WaterLine. In my next video, I'll be doing a video on how to download the Lesta version and to download the English mod. But pretty much, if you want a quick mental rundown of the Lesta version over this, imagine it this way. Lesta has the original dev team of WoW, while Wargaming does not. There's a reason why over on the Lesta side, the game is way smoother. There's a lot more ship designs over there that are like original. There's a lot more maps. There's more maps over there. The maps were reworked. Everything is a lot cleaner over there. And that's because they have the original dev team, while Wargaming does not. They had to build their team up. So they had to do a lot of copies of ships or use different models that were already available. And that's why you get a lot of these gimmicky ships and such in that regard. So, if you guys have any questions or concerns, definitely in the comments down below. I know that I normally put out more positive content, not as negative, but I'm mentally exhausted of WoW. I've played this game for years. I have put tens of thousands of hours, probably like over 10,000 hours in this game, content-wise, streaming-wise. I put so much soul and time into this game, and to see all of that crumbling before my eyes is such a scary thing. Because I don't want the game to die. I don't want it to suffer. I want the game to thrive. I want the community to be happy. I want it to be great. And I just don't know if that will ever happen. I hope that they give us an update that's better on this. But as of right now, the situation is very poor. And a lot of content creators, not only myself, but a lot of content creators have been starting to play on the Lesta server and doing content over there because the games have been better over there, more fun, and we're tired of how WoW is over monetizing, and we don't like what it's doing to our communities. We don't like that at all. So I do appreciate y'all a lot. I know that not everyone is gonna like me playing on the Russian server, and I can understand that completely. But from my point of view, I don't have much of a choice from how the game is, how everything is going. They're not listening to us, and I'd rather just play over there on that game because a lot of people that watch WoW will also watch that game. So they'll watch that game, and it's more fun playing on that one as well because there's less trolls. There's less gimmicks, more skill in how things are. It's a way of a sense. And it's also nice to see, like, it's like a fresh start. So it feels really nice to do that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions or anything about what's going on, if you have your own opinions, definitely let me know in the comments down below. If you guys would like my link to the Lesta server or any things before I put up the video, because I'll be putting up the video tomorrow for it, just let me know, and I'll do my best to put it down in the comments for you guys before I have the video up. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all later, and thank y'all for watching.